Right, show me tummies. Can you tell me how you would correctly set the head restraint to give you maximum protection in the event of an accident?
This has got to be in the middle of your head.
Which part?
Top of your ears.
Which part's the head restraint?
Middle.
Middle. Okay, right. Can you show me how you would effectively clear all the windows to include the front and rear windscreen of mist?
I think it's this. And
Yep.
maybe press that button.
Is that all?
Or is it that one?
Well, what's that symbol mean?
I'm not really sure.
So that's the symbol for the front windscreen. I know
Well,
it
this
doesn't
one
look like
is.
it because it's quite square, isn't it? And this looks like a shell, but it's supposed to be the front. So you'll turn that all the way to that symbol, and that one all the way up to maximum, and then that's your back windscreen, your rear windscreen. So you push that as well.
Right. Yeah.
On test, you're going to do all of that with the ignition on, so just so the dashboard lights come on, but not the engine. Pardon me. Remember, once you've done that, especially if it's anything like today and it's melting hot, get all that back pointing at you cold, and then a little bit lower so it's not quite as noisy.
Yeah.
Alright, can you show me please how you would effectively, no, we just did that. Can you show me, more of this. Can you show me how you would check the parking brake for excessive wear?
What? Park.
Show me how you would check the parking brake for excessive wear. What might another name be for the parking brake? What brake do you use once you've parked?
Handbrake.
They'll call it a parking brake on test.
Right.
But yeah, it's your handbrake. So can you show me how you would check the parking brake for excessive wear?
Would it be something to do with your wheel?
Nope. So for this one, you're going to put your foot on the brake
Yeah.
firmly. Don't let the car move anyway. Release the handbrake all the way down. Don't move your foot. Pull the handbrake back up. Take your foot off the foot brake and say to the examiner that you are checking the car doesn't move anywhere, so the handbrake's holding it still, and also that it doesn't come up too high. If it comes up too high, it might need to be replaced.
Right.
So show me how you would check the parking brake for excessive wear.
Foot on the brake.
Yep.
Release the handbrake.
Yep.
Handbrake back up.
Yep. And what do you do that for? What's the point of that?
To make sure the car doesn't move.
Okay. And what else are you looking for?
Make sure the handbrake don't go too far.
That's it. That's all we want to hear. Well done. Can you tell me how you would check the foot brake is working properly?
Would you release the handbrake, let it roll a bit, and then press brake? Or is that not how you do it?
Not exactly. If you did do that, what would you be looking for?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Just push the gas pedal for me. Push the accelerator all the way down. How did that feel?
Fine.
Okay. Now push the brake all the way down. How does that feel?
Fine.
Was there any difference?
Yeah,
in
there
them?
is.
What's the difference?
The brake's a bit stiffer.
Yeah. So what you're going to say is, I would test the brake and push it, and I'm checking that it's firm, or that there's resistance, or it's not spongy or slack, or something along those lines, something to say that it's firm. As I drive off, I could gently test it, and as I apply it, I'm making sure the car doesn't pull to one side. If it does, it could mean the brake pads need to be replaced. So how would you check the brakes working properly, the foot brake?
You drive off slowly and make sure the car don't move to the left or right.
Yeah, when you apply it gently. And what else can you do before you drive off? How can you check?
Make sure the brake's not spongy or...
There you go. That's fine. That's all I
Yeah.
need. Tick. Can you show me, please, how you would change the lights from dipped beam to main beam, and how would you know that they're on while you're inside the car?
Because it come up on your thing.
Okay, so
Your
show me how
dashboard.
you would do it. You're going to need the ignition on for this. Just one click to keep. So,
It's somewhere... I don't know where it is in this car.
oh, you've got a Vauxhall, haven't you? Yeah, on Peugeots, it's on the left stalk.
Right, okay.
Anything to do with lights, this is where you're going to come to. So you've got your dipped beam there.
That's dipped beam,
So
yeah.
2 clicks is your dipped beam. And you get the green line. You know it's dipped beam because the lines are going downwards. Pull it towards you and you'll get main beam. called full beam, and then the inside one is your fog light. You twist it, one's away from you, one's back. These two will only work if you put dipped beam on first.
Yeah.
Try and do fog lights. If you try and do that, it'll come on, but it won't stay on.
So which one's your beam?
So that's your dipped beam, main beam, fog. Those are the only three you need to know. So can you show me how you would change the lights from dipped beam to main beam, and how would you know that it's on?
It'd be on your dashboard.
What would it look
That's main beam.
like? That's dipped beam.
Dip beam. That's main beam.
Okay, put it all the way towards you so it sticks, that's it. And you know it's on because of the blue light.
And then
That's
yeah.
it. Alright, switch those off.
So that's main beam.
Yeah. Can you show me please how you would turn on the rear fog light, and in what conditions would you use it?
How I'll turn the fog light.
Yep.
And it's when your visibility is less than 10 metres.
10 metres.
10 car lengths.
10 car lengths.
Something. Is it 10? 10. When your visibility is 10 or less. Is it 30?
10 metres really isn't very far, is it?
No.
If you can't see 10 metres, you probably shouldn't be driving.
Is it? I'm not sure what it is now.
100 metres.
100 metres. I thought it was 10.
100 metres, so yeah, okay. And then how would you turn it on?
That's fog.
Good. And that's it. And you know it's on because that orange light. Okay, well done. Turn those off. The last one is the odd one out. Can you show me how you would turn on the dipped beam light, and how would you know that they're working? Now when we did the main beam one, the question was how would you know it's working while you're inside the car? For dipped beam, they're asking you how would you know it's working? How would you know that they're working?
Would you get out the car and look?
Yeah, well done. Nobody gets it. You're not going to actually do it, you're just going to explain it. So you would turn the dipped beam lights on and say I would get out and check the bulbs working. Alright? So that's everything to do with your lights. If you get the horn, it'll be a show me, just push the middle, but we're not going to do that right now. Can you tell me how you would know there is a fault with the anti-lock braking system?
No, I don't know this one.
What's the short name for anti-lock braking system?
I don't know.
ABS. Do you know what it is? Okay, when you do your emergency stop and you slam that brake pedal on, sometimes you get that vibrating through your foot. That's your ABS. So it's stopping or preventing the car from going into a skid. It can still skid, but basically it releases the brake pad on whichever wheel's about to lock up and then reapplies it. And it's going to do it very, very fast over and over again. Alright, so it's the equivalent of you doing this to stop the car really quickly. So if there's a fault with it, that's potentially quite dangerous, because if you do an emergency stop and you're expecting the ABS to kick in and it doesn't, and you go skidding forwards, it's not good. It's also going to help you steer if you need to. So the ABS, if you have a look on the dashboard over here, you've got the red light there, which is your handbrake.
Yeah.
Right, if you switch it back off and now back on, you're going to see just above it is a light that says ABS.
Oh, yeah.
And it should go back off. So if you're driving along and the ABS light comes on, there's a fault. When you start the engine up, the light should come on and then go back off. If it doesn't go back off, there's a fault. Okay. Can you tell me how you would know there is a fault with the power assisted steering?
It would feel heavy.
Basically, yeah. So you can test it before you drive off by applying pressure and then starting the engine up, and you should feel it loosen up. Or as you're driving along, if it suddenly becomes heavy, you know there's a fault. Well done. Let me just make sure I'm not missing out anything too important. If they ask you how would you clear the front windscreen, and they don't say all the windows and they don't say mist, we're talking about the outside. We're not going to do it right now, but all you would do is pull the right stalk towards you like that and hold it until it sprays and then let go. Alright, that's the same for most cars.
And how do you put windscreen wipers on? Just
flick the whole thing up, like an indicator.
Right.
You do that with that.
Just
The
in
higher
case it
up you
starts
go-
raining Friday or something.
Well, at the moment I think you're safe, but yeah, possibly Friday. If the weather's like that, I will remind you about it beforehand.
Yeah.
Right, we've talked about that, those. Right, tyres. These are the two hardest ones, I think. I'll ease you in. Can you tell me where you would find the information for the recommended tyre pressures, and how would you check them?
With a pressure gauge.
Okay. How would you know how much air should be in there?
1 point. No.
Where would you find the information for the recommended tyre pressures?
Would it be in your manual?
Very good. And when would you check them?
Before going on the journey. When the car's cool.
When they're cold. Right, here's the nasty one. If you can handle this one, you can do anything. Can you tell me how you would check the tyres have sufficient tread depth and that their general condition is safe?
With a tread depth gauge.
Okay.
1.6.
Elephants?
Right.
1.6.
Millimetres.
Yeah. Where?
The central and all the way round.
Central what? How much for the centre?
Reservation.
Central reservation, that's a dual carriageway.
Don't
Don't get out and measure the rubber on a dual carriageway, it's different.
The
The central 3/4.
central wrinkles.
And all that tread.
Yeah.
So you've checked they've got the safe amount of tread. How do you know the general condition is safe?
Because there'd be no bulges.
Yeah, no cuts, bulges, tears, ribs, slips, anything like that on the outside. No nails sticking out, whatever. No one's knife. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the two that are to do with lights then, outside lights. Can you show me, please, how you would Can you show me how you would check all the indicator lights working before starting a journey?
Would I press this?
Press it. And then walk all the way around, point to all of them, and look at them. Yeah, turn them off. Can you show me how you would check the brake lights are working before starting a journey?
I would turn the ignition on
Yeah, which you already have.
and then apply the foot brake and ask
Make sure you get the right one.
and ask someone to check.
That's what you're going to do on Friday.
Ask the examiner if he can go and check.
Good. Right, let's do the 4 under bonnet ones. Where is the release catch for it?
Down there.
Well remembered, yeah, very good. Right in that doorway bit down there. We'll start heading back. I'll leave the camera on for this part and we'll make sure that you're doing your mirror checks and things like that on the way back. Well done. Done well so far today. There's still time left. We'll drive out of here. Thought you were going to make me get out and push them. Left and left.
So we're coming back up this way.
Nope, it's going to be over there. It's 5 exits on this one. So the best thing to do is just count them off as you go around. So number one's disappearing straight away.
So that's one, yeah?
Yeah. Ahead of us. So if we stay in our lane as we come across, we'll be in the middle, and that'll take us off to exit 4.
So stay in this bit, yeah?
Yeah, we'll stay in the middle now. Taking the middle lane again. So that's number 2 going off there. The left arrow's indicating they're going off for exit 3, and we're going to be left taking 4.
Wrong lane.